So I had a question regarding memory.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I understand there's a link between memory and our ancestral lineage. Like now that we are connected to our ancestors through the DNA.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, so I wanted to understand like how can we access that ancestral memory to give us a clear picture of how our spiritual journey should be.
Okay. Tawat.
Yeah,
Yeah. So
that was.
this is what Wu-Sabat is here to do, because Wu-Sabat is that tool that helps you to remember who you are. You see, and the actual fact, who you are and not what you accept, is one of the first actual facts I would say you should read, because you literally are out of your mind. I mean, the other scroll, the mind, is another one, because it starts to help you rewire your mind in the way that the synapses are sending information and how you receive information. But yes, who you are and not what you have accepted, because people will accept things and ignore who they really are. When you start to know who you are by way of Wu-Sabat, you start to have the right knowledge, you start to have the right practices, you start to cut off your connection with disagreeable beings or imposters or foreign beings to you who are not connected to you. So then you start to basically like unplug from them and plug to the right ancestors, your family, and then you start to remember, because now you remember the whole point of cutting you off from who you are and saying to you to look outside of yourself, for example, to worship and give your energy and praises to beings other than yourself. Because remember, everything turns into a tone, a vibration, and a frequency. So when you're speaking, the names you use, the words you use, these are all tones. Everything starts with a tone. Even when they say that the scientists say that we came about from a big bang, that bang is a sound. In the Old Testament and New Testament, they tell you in the beginning was the word. Words are spoken, and those words are made up of tones. Even when you break it down to like how you bring about language, because you're dealing with your tongue being able to be shaped in a way to pronounce a tone. So you have the alphabet, you say A, B, but there were languages before English, so you have to go to how those tones were sounded, right? So then, or pronounced. Then those alphabets will help you to form words by arranging different alphabet. Obviously, we're saying alphabet in English, but in our language, we would say that harafat. So those words then are arranged in a particular order to try and convey a message, but collectively, those words are giving you a tone, a vibration, and a frequency that has an effect on you. You see, so when your language was taken away, those tones, those vibrations that connect you with your ancestors were basically kind of like channeled in a different direction. So, yeah, what we're saying is that speaking Wu Sabat, using the tones, using the frequencies will help you to start to remember, because those words became sentences, the sentences got formed into paragraphs, and these paragraphs got formed into chapters. These chapters became books, and now most people are confused with these books, right? Which are mainly translations, which were translated from people who supposedly memorized these words. And you're talking about for thousands of years of continuous mistranslation. So by the time you're here speaking this, what you're calling language, which is really not a language because it's really a dialect of different words from different dialects and what they call other languages put together. So you're lost. So yes, you have to start to remember who you are, and then you connect with your ancestors, because you can actually break away from that spell that has kept you cut off from them for so long. So yes, the way you remember is to start putting Wu-Sabat to practice, the rituals that help you to communicate with the deities, communicate with your ancestors, and then they will start coming closer to you. They will start to, as you say, communicate with you via your dreams, your visions, your travels into other dimensions, etc.